Welcome to BigShadowsWorld, and today we're in Astroneer on Firmbie's world.
And it looks like Big Shadow is just about to join us. We look up in the sky there and we actually see him, you see his rocket coming down.
I'm gonna get you, look out! Ah!
There he is.
And I landed safely. Thanks, pilot. Bye! Bye! And hello, Firmbie. How are you today?
Yes, very well indeed. Episode 2, I think we're up to, of, what are we going to call this?
Well, it might be episode 2 for you, but it could be episode 4 or 5 for me. We'll have to find out, won't we? Yeah.
So we've been busy building this base up. I'm just moving the camera around now, and if you remember last episode, we actually have a space shuttle sitting over in this direction and here, and I couldn't help myself. I just had to test the dynamite, and yeah, it does make short work of the any spaceships or anything that's laying around. So the spaceship that was sitting there is no longer there.
You mean the one I used to use to protect myself from the dust storms? Is that the one?
Yeah,
So basically, it's kind of like I'm dead now. Tricky. Did you get the resources out that I left in there?
Oops. My bad.
No, just trolling you now. Sorry about that. Yeah. Well, the lucky and the fortunate thing is that we do have a few motor vehicles we can jump into in case the dust storm arises. And if you go back to our first episode, you'll remember dust storms are our friends, particularly when they stay away. If they come too close.
What we can do, we've got plenty of this compound laying around. We'll just create a habitat as a go-to vehicle, if you like.
Oh yeah, pop another habitat down alongside.
No, you see, I'm not just here for my good looks.
Well, I was just thinking earlier that we look like twins, buddy. Hey?
Yes.
We've both got the same round head, big black faces.
Brothers from another mother?
Got these cords coming out our butt. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Where are we going to put this habitat? Do we just make another leg coming off? Oh, we don't want to just have this habitat laying on the ground.
I wonder if you pop a habitat down, run out a connection, whether you can connect it to one of these other ones, for example. Don't know. Good experiment. How about we have it... how about right down this end? That means we'll have a couple of locations from either direction. How about down here somewhere?
So you're thinking of deploying it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, deploy it out here somewhere. Well, you're so strong.
Just keep away the kryptonite. Is that what you're sort of thinking out here?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think deploy it there. What do you reckon?
Well, I mean, the only thing I was thinking of is we put it. It'll just plonk like that.
Oh, it goes on already. Oh, that was the main thing. It was to make it safe.
It's obviously undeployed.
Yeah.
You still should be able to go. Yeah, you can go up and hop in it.
Yep.
But it's undeployed, so that if when we eventually move house and go to another planet, we're able to take that base with us.
Well, I can see why you get the big bucks. You actually think about things. That's good. Yeah, no, that was what I was trying to get at, that we actually connected up somehow, but I forgot you could connect it on top. I've stuck it on the back of the trucks and I've stuck it on rockets, but That wasn't a very good adventure, was it, when we put it on top of the rocket?
No. This one's gone a bit arse over tits. That's a bit of an accident. Wonder if we can call the RIA on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I've got a body laying around out to the... what's the compass on your body again?
I just hover your cursor over your body.
That's it. Out to the north there, south. Yes. And put down some beacons, but the beacons didn't actually come up. So I didn't know whether I've activated them properly.
I'm just trying to think. It's been a few days since our last episode. I'm just trying to think what we were doing.
We'd just gone for a run and we've collected a whole pile of compound, and we'd just got back. We built the shuttle just here. I think that would have been one of the last things we've done. We were talking about putting a cargo pod on the back of a vehicle.
Oh, yes.
But I think we had to research it. So I think we've done a compound run. I think a research run would be handy. Which reminds me, I need
we've got
oxygen.
a couple of trailers over here. I might just punch out a couple of those storage racks to put on the back of the trailer. Actually, before I do that, I think it's on the back of the truck we're able to put a large storage rack, I think.
Yes, there's the back of the truck.
No, perhaps we haven't researched it because...
No, we haven't researched it yet. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. No, we can't put the storage on until we actually research that one. I'll just put these compounds on storage.
Oh, well, I'll go over here and create... what do we need? 4 storage?
Yeah, we took all the ones off that we took out last time because they were full, so... It was interesting actually as I went through and had a look at our first episode bit when we actually died for the first time. The fact that you died and spawned straight back in, you just happened to be outside the habitat there, and how quick you have to be to get back into that pod with that tab button, because you got hit a few times. Every time you spawned in, you got hit, so that's...
You had to mention that. You couldn't let it go.
Oh, well, no, it's a lesson for everybody.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Firmbie spawns and dies. Firmbie spawns and dies. No, couldn't let it go. Just had to mention.
Oh, just because I played it 25 times in the first episode? Come on. No, I didn't really. Of course I didn't. Yeah, no, 35 times. No. I didn't have to put it. It looks like it's instant replay. Honestly, it does. It looks like it's just being repeated, but it's not. You just died again and again and again and again. No. It was.
That's all right, I can take it.
Yeah, but I think the thing there is a bit of a lesson for you and me. We've got to get in there and hit that tab button the moment we respawn. Particularly if there's a dust storm at the base when we die.
No, we certainly have a point there without a doubt.
And some of the resources blew away, but they weren't there when we came back. So. It was an interesting one.
Now, just in hindsight, that probably wasn't very clever of me, because if we're going out for a research run, we're not going to be able to use those storage racks.
Have you put them on already? Oh yeah, you have. Well, in that case, why don't we do a composite resource? Do a resource run, then a research run.
Yeah, okay.
And I think if we go back where we were before, what have I got? Power and we got the little Jenny.
Yeah, I got a Jenny on me. I actually took it off the trailer.
Excellent.
I put storage racks on there, so that button there. One, a generator. Battery can stay there. Although we won't be going too far from the vehicle, so I don't really need the battery or the oxygen, I don't think. God knows why I'm carrying aluminium with me.
I can't help you with that one.
Do we have an aluminium rack anywhere?
I thought we did. This is copper. This is copper. I thought we were going to have it near the spaceship because that's where we needed it, near the shuttle and the vehicles. I think we might not have any. Oh, here it is. It's actually on the vehicle pod, the vehicle bay. The one with the shuttle on it.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'll just pop it down there just for the time being, but aluminium there. Compound can go back on the rack. Actually, I'll keep the battery because the power's always when you're mining, it's power's always an issue.
The battery pack. Yeah.
Battery pack, yeah.
Yep.
Keep the battery pack. I don't need the oxygen. I'll put the oxygen on the. No, I won't put that on there.
I'd keep the oxygen tank on board.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt. Okay, so we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 storage pods. Got 2 more. If we're going out for resources, then we could probably do with 2 more storage platforms.
Also, but if we're going out to the south there is actually that chair, the seat that's in the spaceship that I found.
Oh, yeah.
Which is out in front of us. Shouldn't stand in the bush when I look at that. Can't read anything. Out to the east-southeast. No, south-southeast. Alongside that mountain ridge.
Just don't mind me, I'm just cleaning house a little bit. There we go.
It's okay, I'm just going to see if there's any little research just over here.
Aluminium over there. That's an aluminium. That's a copper. Oh, that's an aluminium. That's a copper. Compound. Probably a little bit of ADHD coming in here, but I tend to keep things, same resource on the same rack, so we know where they are.
Yep, that's fine by me.
What have we got there? Copper.
Hydrazine. I'll never complain. I'm trying to remember whether we collected all the pods that we picked up underground there that time. Oh, here comes a storm.
Oh, okay, so here comes a storm. We're going to test out these pods for the first time. So you're running over to...
I'll take the second one, you take the first, yep.
Okay, tab in.
Haha, my door stays shut. Look at this, who's smarter?
Yeah. I have to get the cleaners in every day to clean the pod out. Which I find a bit ironic because my wife's actually a cleaner in real life. It's weird that I say that on.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to even comment on that because she can give you a clip around the ear, but I don't want one. Thanks.